What are some of your mornings like? Do you go to bed intending to get up and spend time with God, but then when the alarm goes off, you hit the snooze? Then you hit the snooze again, and then you hit the snooze again. And then you've laid in bed too long, and so then you get up, and of course now you have no time for anything. And you're in a frenzy, and you're in a rush, and so that makes you grouchy. You know you should have spent time with God, you didn't do it. And the whole day basically just becomes a nightmare. All I can tell you is if you don't spend time with God, you are going to have one tragic day after another, after another, after another, after another, after another. It's amazing what happens when you give God that first little bit of time. And I believe that you'll find your time with God so fruitful that then you'll start making ways to get more.
No, every morning you need to go to God for your daily bread, your daily wisdom, daily direction. Too many times we're trying to do things only in our own strength, our own intellect, our own ability. That's going to limit us. God can see things that you can't see. He knows the right people who should be in your life. He knows where the danger is, where the dead ends are. God knows how to catapult you into your destiny. You have an advantage. Are you taking time for your daily bread? Sometimes we rush out of the house. I'm in a hurry. I don't have time today, Joel. I got to get to work. I live by this principle. Never meet with other people before you meet with God. If you'll take time to acknowledge God, say, God, I need you today. Lead me, guide me, keep me on the right path. Not only will your day go better, but God will keep you from making mistakes.
Start every day with Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is so important. What are you thankful for? Do you thank God daily for even little things? There's so much to be thankful for.
When you wake up in the morning, say thank you for grace. Thank you for mercy. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for wisdom. Thank you for parents. Thank you for love. Thank you for kindness. Thank you for humility. Thank you for peace. Thank you for prosperity. Say thank you in advance for what's already yours. True desire in the heart for anything good is God's proof to you sent beforehand to indicate that it's yours already. That itch that you have, whatever it is you want to do, that thing that you want to do to help others and to grow and to make money, that desire, that itch, that's God's proof to you, sent beforehand already to indicate that it's yours. And anything you want good, you can have. So claim it. Work hard to get it. When you get it, reach back. Pull someone else up. Each one, teach one. Don't just aspire to make a living. Aspire to make a difference.
You know, don't ever waste a day. You think about time differently as you get older. I think when you're in your 20s and maybe even 30s and maybe even 40s, you don't think too much about time. But a few years ago, it occurred to me that 2/3 of my life was over. I just became much more aware of time and how foolish it is to waste any day that you have. You know, there's something really interesting about time. We all get the same amount in a day. Every day is 24 hours. And some people are very, very fruitful and effective, and some people just waste their time day after day after day. And that's a choice that we make. But there's one thing about time. Once it goes by, you never get it back. So how tragic it is to waste any day of your life. I think we need to live every day like it was our very last one, and live it to the absolute fullest that we can live it.
This is a terrible time of adversity for the whole world. Anywhere you put your finger on the map, you will find all kinds of trials that people are facing.
You know, life can throw you some curves. And it's not just the things that you see coming, but sometimes it's the things that you didn't see coming that hit you out of nowhere, that set you back in such a way that it seems like you can't get over. And we, are dealing with a lot of normal times where people feel like already their plate is full. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there comes these unexpected things that just make us feel like we're overwhelmed. And you've reached your limit and your bandwidth is full. And you already said, I can't take another thing. And then out of nowhere, here comes something you didn't see coming and you're in it.
This question, am I going to make it, is something that each and every individual is asking themselves all over this nation and in many places of the world. And in your homes, somewhere in your heart, these words are echoing. Am I going to make it? Is my business going to make it through this economic trial? While this nation and this world are caught in a storm, while we're saturated daily in headlines of despair and doom, while we're watching the world that we live in shaken to its knees, do not think for a moment that Christ is not aware. Do not be fooled about the voices of the cynics and skeptics that say, where's your God now? He's not worried about this storm. He's in control of this storm. He's not concerned about the outcome. He's the one who holds tomorrow. He knows exactly what's going to happen in our future. While these winds and these waves of turmoil seem to tear our world apart, we need to understand that God is in control. God is not disconnected from this situation. God is not unconcerned about His children. God is not unaware of what we're going through. God is in total control.
Are you in the desert of your days? Are you going through a great storm? Are you discouraged? Are you weary? Are you frightened? Are you overwhelmed? Our God is a miracle working God. He is going to bring us through this crisis. We are going to be more than conquerors in this crisis. There is a storm, but God Almighty is still on His throne, and everything is going to be all right.
Shake off feeling sorry for yourself. Shake off don't nobody love me talk. Shake off all of that talk of, being a victim. It's time to encourage yourself in the Lord. Stand up to life. Stand up to this challenge and encourage yourself in the Lord. It's bad. We've lost a lot and we don't have a guarantee of anything in the future except God is with us.
We are never alone in our adversity.